Hey everybody, it's another warm, sticky, humid Midwestern July day. They say we're going to get thunderstorms. There's 50% chance. The sky looks like it all the time, but nothing yet. But haven't heard any thunder. We had some sprinkles this morning, but that doesn't amount to anything. Just enough to bring the humidity up a little more. Today I'm going to do a new one from, I guess it's a one-time brew. It's one of their collaboration beers from Stone Brewing Company. I'm going to do their Unapologetic IPA. I did buy 2 bottles of this, and I had a bottle of it the other night, so I've got an initial impression on it. There's a lot here, but I'm not going to read all this from the website. I'll post it down below. But it says when you get 3 hopheads together to collaborate on a beer, it's only natural to expect some hopped up liquid incarnation of their lupulin lust to spring forth from such a session. Maybe it seems passé to some, 3 masters of hoppy beer once again exploring the familiar tale of the India Pale Ale. After all, who needs yet another IPA, double or otherwise? It's all been done. To those who feel this way, this trio's reply is so what? In birthing a double IPA made bitter and fruity, care of a melange of new and experimental hops, Azaka, Belma, and yet to be named varieties from Washington's Yakima Valley. They aren't staying in a comfort zone. They're hitting a sweet spot in the name of all that is good, delicious, hoppy, and forward-thinking to create an IPA that's both like and unlike anything you have ever tasted. I'll leave it there. I'll put the rest down below, but suffice it to say we've got 3 different brewers and a whole bunch of experimental hops, and they turned it into the Unapologetic, and I know they're not going to apologize, so let's get this in a glass and see what we got here. At 8.8%, it's a big bottle. That's probably about all I'll drink. I'll seal the bottle up and finish the rest. But yeah, there's a gold, almost orange color there. Seems to be got a finger of a maybe khaki, or well, not quite khaki, but eggshell colored head. Like I said, moderate amount of carbonation, not a ton, but nice looking IPA, so let's get a nose on it. Okay, I'm getting a strong herbal, floral, hop aroma, just a faint malt base, mostly some sweet pale malts and some light fruity notes. Just maybe a hint of pine in there, some fruits like apple, pear, maybe almost like a blueberry or something. I'm not sure that I've had any of those hops that they named, and there's some that they didn't name because they aren't named yet. So it's 3 different brewers with 3 different hops, and yeah, the hops come across more as you're not getting much of the tropical citrus pine notes that you usually get. It's more of a like a melon and a stone fruit, and the herbal floral notes. It's very strange for a West Coast IPA. So yeah, let's get a taste on it. Okay, I'm getting the maltiness first. It's a light pale malt. What hops I'm getting there are pretty floral, some grassy notes, sweet fruits, but it's a balance of the sweet fruits and the floral notes and the malts, and there's a real subtle hop bitterness. It's certainly not the hop astringency that most West Coast double IPAs are known for. some melon fruitiness, some very little citrus, very little tropical, almost like a melon ball, really. And then maybe like spice pear or something, maybe coriander. The bitterness kind of picks up mid-palate and sort of builds a little bit towards the end. It finishes with a fairly abrasive bitterness, but it's not that those citrus notes that you're definitely used to. Almost get some sort of a candied spice, almost like ginger on the end. Odd beer. It's a bit oily, medium-bodied, surprisingly juicy for the flavors you're getting, and it's slightly creamy, and got some small. You can feel some bubbles moving across the tongue. There's apparently more carbonation in there than you can actually see in the glass, but an odd IPA, particularly from Stone and from the West Coast. So I'll probably add a little bit more to this, and I will be back in a while with the final thoughts and grade. Okay, I'm back. It's been 20 minutes or so. I added a little bit more, and I've been sipping on this, just trying to figure out what I think about it. It's definitely not what I expected, or, particularly from Stone. This is not your usual. I mean, if you get a bottle, don't expect your typical West Coast IPA. It's not one you're gonna get. It's definitely not what you're gonna get. Definitely isn't. They said they used a lot of three brewers. They used a lot of experimental hops. So I think it's one of those from that old adage, too many cooks spoil the broth. I think maybe too many experimental hops and too many brewers. I know Stone must like it because they released it, but I'm not sure that I like it all that much. I mean, it's not undrinkable. It's a solid brew. It's got some unusual flavors to it that I'm having a little problem with. Though the hop components are a little bit odd, and in fact, as it's warmed up, there's that bitterness is at the end. There's almost like, I don't know if you've ever crushed an aspirin and put that on your tongue, but almost get some of that on the end, and that's not real pleasant. So I'll drink the rest of it. Won't have any problem with that. It's a solid brew. It's just not what I expect from a West Coast IPA, but they're unapologetic and they're not going to say anything, so I don't blame them, But I'm going to give the collaboration beer from Beachwood, Stone, and Heretic Brewing, their Unapologetic IPA, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Not my style. I've got a bottle of Ruin 10 from this year. I'll probably do that in a few days before it gets too old, and if it's as good as it's been in the years before, I'll be happy with it. But this one, not so much. So, but that's my taste. Everybody's got different taste buds. If you see it, get it, because it's one-time release. Once it's gone, it's gone. So, if you're interested, despite my not so great grade, I recommend you give it a try. I mean, Stone's a solid brewery, and they make some good stuff. So, till next time, everybody, cheers. Let's keep drinking good beers.